I now call the first hearing of the task force on the attempted assassination of Donald J. Trump to order. This tragedy, and the very real threat to democracy of our nation, escaped that day. I think we realize it was entirely preventable. But because of failures by the Secret Service, the shooting was not prevented. Just last week, Acting Director Rowe said his own agency showed complacency. The day of the assassination attempt, crooks scouted and identified weaknesses in the Secret Service's security plan using both a drone and a rangefinder. Had security vulnerabilities not existed, it is entirely plausible he might not even have attempted the shooting and would have returned home. Unfortunately, we will never know for sure. What we do know is that the documents and testimony point to several fundamental failures on July 13th. In the days leading up to the rally, it was not a single mistake that allowed crooks to outmaneuver one of our country's most elite group of security professionals. There were security failures on multiple fronts. To date, our investigation has identified three key factors. First, Secret Service planning, or perhaps more accurately, their failure to adequately plan created confusion among the agency's law enforcement partners. The Secret Service was not assertive on key decisions, like the placement of some of the units and delegating responsibilities. Secondly, the Secret Service did not close down public access or manage access to the grounds next to the rally site that were less than 150 yards from the stage where former President Trump spoke. Third, the security communications and command structure were not cohesive and did not allow for rapid decision-making. Information in a moment of crisis went through radio communications, text messages, and phone calls way too slowly. Second-hand reports were passed in a manner resembling the old children's game telephone.
It is clear that the Secret Service failed on July 13th. It is also impossible to ignore, however, the fact that the world has changed dramatically since the Secret Service first took over full-time presidential protection in 1902. Political events are bigger. There is a significantly greater number of protectees. Access to information about protectees' movements are more accessible to the public. Times have clearly changed. The Secret Service must be expected to accomplish its zero-fail protection mission without any errors. But Congress must also ensure that the Secret Service has the resources it needs to accomplish that mission. The Secret Service must do better. This task force has a solemn, urgent responsibility: uncover the failures and help stop them from being repeated. The American people deserve clear answers about what happened on July 13th. This hearing will provide the first pieces of what we learned, but make no mistake, this investigation is still early days and there is much more to do.